All right, we're going to look at the TEXTJOIN function in Excel. This is a relatively new formula that Microsoft released sometime in early 2020, I believe. All right, so to start off, we're going to have some cells here just so that we can join these. This is just a few months of the year, and I like to use the input format here in the style section. These inputs can be really helpful if multiple people are going to be using this spreadsheet. And this lets folks know that, hey, these cells are input. They're probably hard-coded, and you're not going to need to worry about there being formulas hidden in here. All right, so let's go ahead and put in the TEXTJOIN formula. All right, and TEXTJOIN takes a delimiter. You can choose to ignore empty cells or not. You are going to give it some cells to join together. So let's go ahead and just delimit this by a comma. Ignore empty. We're going to say false. You could choose, if you don't want empty cells, basically it'll just ignore it, and it'll be, you'll kind of see in a second. If you do false, it'll include an extra comma if you're including the empty cell. So let's do false just so we'll see an empty cell in here. And I'm going to go ahead and now it gives you options for text 1, text 2, text 3, or you can just select a bunch of cells. So I'm going to select a bunch of cells and one empty cell just so we see what this ignore empty does. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and hit enter. And here you'll see that there's each month as well as a trailing comma here that accounts for this blank cell. Now if we're using this in a query, we're probably going to want to have a single quote around each of these months. So I'm going to do double quote, double quote, ampersand, then another ampersand over here, double quote, single quote, double quote. Let's hit enter. All right, now up here, you're going to see each of these months with single quotes around it and commas in between. So this thing is primed to go ahead and insert an aware clause of a query. So since other people might use our workbook at some point, let's go ahead and use the calculation style. This will let folks know that there's a formula in this cell, so they should be expecting there to be a formula in this cell that interacts with other cells in the workbook. The TEXTJOIN is great, especially for creating queries and adding things into a where clause, but it has many other uses as well. All right, thanks for watching.